Good evening, everyone. This is Sandy Brittain. I want to welcome you to our Thursday night call. We are so happy that you were able to join us tonight. We have lots of exciting information to share with you. And I just want to remind you that this is the HWH World Call. We are all about health, wealth, and happiness. I hope that all of you are enjoying taking the new products that we have on board with us. Sorry about that. And first, before we get started, I'd like to introduce our co-host, Mr. Ron Zehr from Canada. Ron, as you know, is a very accomplished speaker, as well as a coach, as well as very well and very knowledgeable about both the rewards plan and nutrition. So Ron, welcome to the call. I'm happy to have you with us tonight.
Thank you, Sandy. Good evening, everybody. Good to see you all, and good to see you, Sandy. And we've got some stuff that we're going to share with people that I think is something they can get a little excited about.
Absolutely. You know, we've been kind of waiting for the rollout, I guess the drum roll of getting our rewards plan printed and out to the field. And we're so happy that it's available to you to actually see and understand. And we're going to go over the actual pages that was provided to us by the company, so you can maybe get some clarity on some things that you're not quite sure what you're reading, so that you can begin to be able to share this with other people and build your gig and your opportunity to where you can create a even larger income than many of you are already earning. So Ron, I'm going to let you share your screen tonight with us all. And again, I want to remind everyone to make sure your phone's on mute.
And I'd like to ask a question of people by a show of hands. How many of you could think of something you would do with extra money? Okay, and those of you who are not raising your hands, when you get it, just send it my way, okay? Yeah, and so the rewards plan is really geared around how people can participate. People like you and me can participate in the sale of these products that we've been talking so much about and are so thrilled about and are often speaking about and sharing, even just because we just want to tell someone about what we've experienced. So Sandy, this is the rewards plan, the HWH Gig Rewards Plan.
Absolutely, and we hope that everyone has had an opportunity to receive this from the Resource Center in the back office, or from one of your team members that maybe have sent it to you, so that you have it in front of you. You've been able to print it. You've been able to save it on your computer so that you can share it with other people. So Ron, let's get started. This is effective as of the 1st of April. So there were a couple changes that we previously didn't see. So we want to let everybody know that this is live and running through the compensation.
So let's jump right to page 2, Sandy, about how you earn with these 3 ways. And I think this is fundamental to the beginning understanding of how this plan works, because it really focuses in on 3 different kinds of rewards, which then, if we understand these 3 things, there's 3 strategies, there's 3 things that we can do then to build our business to whatever size we want, whether it's huge or whether it's just something to get us that extra $50 or $100 a month. But there's 3 things that there's 3 strategies that we can then develop and implement.
Absolutely, Ron. And I think the number 1 on direct rewards, that's probably maybe, I believe, the easiest for people to understand. It is the people that you have personally enrolled. The people that you have personally enrolled would be your direct customers and your direct affiliates. Now, you can earn between 10 and 15%, and we'll get a chance to kind of briefly go over some of those qualifications. Keep in mind that this is going to be done in 2 parts. So today is going to be an overview, And then as we progress and share more and more, we're going to really go into deep dives and really help you guys understand this. So Ron, one of the things that I think is real important is that people need to have this to qualify. So it's real important that they understand that in order to earn any rewards in the HWH system, you must have 2 personally enrolled customers, not affiliates, customers that do at least 20 XP.
And those are called direct active customers. And we'll get into those definitions in just a minute. But that's the first thing for this direct reward is to direct meaning you have directly enrolled them. So Sandy, you enroll me, I am direct to you. If I enroll Marvin, Marvin is not direct to you, he's direct to me.
Absolutely.
There we go. Okay. So
the gig reward, this is the part that one of the things that I get excited about is that you're going to get rewarded for your entire team, no matter how big you build it. There's some qualifications, but right now I just want you to think of the people you personally enrolled and the people they enrolled and they enrolled and they enrolled and so forth. So it's the entire team that is under your center or under you. You're going to have an opportunity to earn up to 16%. So it starts out a little bit higher so that the company is rewarding us in the beginning because our organizations are a little bit smaller, and so they're very generous. And then as your organization grows and more money's going out to other people, then you'll see that number drop a little tiny bit. But we're going to show you a chart later that will explain that. So this is a combination of your customers and affiliates and their customers and affiliates underneath that.
And then the third one is what's called the team reward. This is called a gig reward. The third one is what's called a team reward, and that is your reward based upon the earnings of the leaders in your organization. Okay, so this is the one that motivates us not just to move products, not just to build a lot of people who are buying products, but to develop some leaders within our team who are also earning income. And on this one, you earn a percentage override or a percentage match on the earnings of your direct affiliates, as well as your second generation, your first and second generation. And so we'll come to that and we'll explain that. But again, for tonight, we want to give that overview so you get the big picture and we can then dig down into the details.
And, Ron, I want to remind people that one of the things that you could do right now is if you have any questions, start putting them in the chat box. And we don't want to necessarily interrupt the presentation here, but if you have questions about something and it's kind of like, I don't want to forget that, put it in the chat box and we'll make sure we get back to it. We'll go back to that page and make sure everybody understood what we said. So Ron, when you first look at this, you kind of say like, okay, I don't understand what all of these things mean. What is the XP? What is qualified? Let's go into a little bit of the terms that are used because they're way different than what a lot of people were familiar with in the past. And because we use different terms like generation and first generation, second generation. And let's go over these terms and just explain them one by one, what it means and why it's important.
Sounds good. So let's talk generation.
So the first generation is pretty easy to understand. That's the people that you personally enrolled. And then of course, underneath them is the people that they personally enrolled. So that is typically considered your second generation. But one of the things that is not on here that we have to talk about right now, Ron, because there is one of the best parts of our compensation plan is a part of it called compression. Compression is going to be coming into it when we start talking about active, the difference between someone you personally enrolled and somebody who's active, both from a customer point of view and an affiliate point of view. Because the company wants to, the program was designed to pay out between 47 and 50%, and they want to pay that money to us. They built it with that model in mind, that they want to send that money back out to the field. And so they let you build it as big as you can, and then they let you have compression to be able to reward you for the people that are active, that are also doing what you're doing, so that you can be rewarded for the people who are doing this. And so let me show what that means, Ron. So that's you, okay, and you sponsor Tom, okay, and Tom doesn't buy any products, but Tom had sponsored Joe, and Joe's buys product. Okay, so because Tom did not buy product, but Joe did, Joe would compress up to you. So that's what, so even though it looks like Joe is second generation, he becomes the first generation qualified.
So we have two, when it comes to generations, there's two. And I think the terms that are in the back office are actual and paid. Oops, my pen's skipping a bit. So Tom is your actual first generation. He is your first generation, will always be your first generation. But if Tom doesn't qualify to earn commissions, then Joe would be your second generation actual, but your paid generation as your first.
Very
Okay.
good.
And we can walk through that. And if you're still kind of saying, about that, we can walk through. And I think as we develop some of these definitions and stuff, we can circle back and that'll become more clear. Okay.
So then we go to what makes someone active. What makes someone active is that a customer that has placed a minimum order of products for 20 XP that month, that commission month, that's considered an active customer. Now, in order for you to be an active affiliate, the difference between a customer and affiliate is the customer does not qualify to earn commissions. They're not required to turn in their Social Security number. They're not required to do anything at this point. But when you become an affiliate to earn commission, then you must be a qualified affiliate if you are going to earn commission. By that, you need to have 2 of those active customers that you have personally enrolled.
And so that would be 2 active customers that you've enrolled with 20 XP. And this list is in alphabetical order, which is great, except that we've got XP here. So what are XP? Let's just jump down if I can, just so we know what we're talking about. XP are called experience points. Okay. And they're just a point value which is assigned to every product. Every product has a certain experience points, XP value assigned to it, and those together make up your XP. Okay, so we've got that. We're working down through. We've got a direct active customer, which again, remember what direct is. That's someone that you have personally enrolled. They're active. So they've got how many? 20 XP. And they're a customer. They've never signed the affiliate agreement. They've never bought an affiliate kit or one of the affiliate starter packs. Okay. Now, once you got that and you understand what direct is, what do you think your direct experience points would be? Your direct experience points would be the points of the people that you have directly enrolled. So that would be, over in this case, it would be Tom. It could be Mary. It could be Elizabeth, and it could be George. So those would be the people, the purchases that they make, whether affiliate or customer, would make up your direct experience points. Okay, now I've got to do my little magic here and erase and roll forward to get to the rest of this page. So let's do that because there's more goodies here.
On the experience points, a lot of you that have had experience with previous programs, typically that was called CV, commissionable volume. So experience points is the commissionable volume that is assigned to the product. And we're using the word experience points because as the company grows, you're going to see different things expand. So that is the actual commission that is assigned to each product that we have with HWH.
So we've got direct experience points, and we also have something called group experience points. As you are growing your network, again, we're going to go you is here, and then this is you. And I like to think of these as circles of influence, the people you influence and the people that they influence and the people that they influence. And that network gets bigger and bigger. That group gets bigger and bigger. The purchases of all of these people combined equals your group experience points, your GXP.
So Ron, here's a word that you used before, and that would be an override. Override is in reference to team rewards. And that is a commission that is assigned in a chart that we're going to be showing you, that when someone else earns a commission that is in your downline, there are 2 generations of overrides that you have the opportunity to earn.
Now the next term is qualified group experience points, or QGXP. Okay, so there's a chart again that we'll take a look at, and we'll get into more detail next week about how that is calculated and what that makes up. But in essence, that is the number. You've got your QX or your GXP, and then you've got your QGXP, and it's your QGXP which then is used to calculate your gig reward. Okay, so your gig reward is calculated based on your QGXP.
And we'll go into that formula next week. So it's a little more complicated, but it has to do with as one of your teams becomes much larger than the rest of your organization, what part of your commission or your total downline volume is qualified. Well, Ron, one thing that I always love is SmartShips, your monthly auto orders. Because by placing your orders in a monthly auto order, you get an additional 10% off. So that is always that's always an additional discount over and above the lowest price that the company has set for the product. And you can have more than one a month. You can have it every other month. You could have it on a quarter. So the SmartShips is a great situation. If you have someone that's saying, you know, well, I really would like to order once every 3 months. No problem, but 100% of that order is going to go into the month that they place the order. It's not going to be divided up. So a SmartShip order goes into the month that the order was placed. And then the next time the order runs, that's when you get credit for that order. So whether it's once a month, every other month, or once a quarter. And I love the easy way that you can cancel yourself online. You can call the company up, and the customer service team is absolutely awesome. They'll take care of you just like that. You don't have to send any forms or anything in. You can cancel the day before it runs. They are absolutely fabulous about changing it and deleting it and adding a new one, or however you choose to do it. They're really, really great about that.
All right, so for each of these, what we wanted to do, folks, is we wanted to just touch on what are the qualifiers and what to get paid on for these. And again, we'll dig into the details next week. And then we'll also be talking in the coming weeks about the strategy and how that is involved so that you can maximize your earnings for at whatever point you're at in your business. The direct reward, remember, is the reward that you are paid based on your personally enrolled customers and affiliates, those that you have directly enrolled. So that would be, in this case, it would be you plus this person plus this person. Okay, so as Sandy mentioned earlier, the bottom line qualification is that you need at least two active customers, and you need a combined total of those two of 50. Now remember, an active needs how many? 20 XP, right? So each of those needs 20 XP each.
Or more.
Or more, right? So at least. And in this case, if you only have two, one would have to have, they would each need 25, or one need 20, the other 30, whatever combination, as long as both have 20 and they have at least 50 XP. And then it goes up from there. So the next bracket is 2 active customers with 200 XP and 2 with 400. And then notice this jumps to 3 active customers with 600. Okay, and you need both of these qualifications in order to earn the percentage here. And 3 and 800 and 4 and 1000. And again, you need both of the qualifications. If you have 4, but you only have 800, then you're going to be paid at this rate. Okay, so then Sandy, let's talk about the percentage earned, because you're not just, and this is where you were talking about compression, you're not just earning based on what that amount is, but it's possible that you could be earning 10% of more than the 50.
And Ron, and where compression plays in addition to the person that on the example that we showed before, is, as you can see, there's 10 to 15%. Ron might qualify at 3 customers, and his DXP with his direct customers, and now because he met the qualification of customers and affiliates is over 600 that he personally enrolled, only first level. He's qualified at 13%. Okay, so if he enrolls somebody and they start building a team, but they still are only at the 11%, everybody that they personally enrolled, Ron's going to get the difference between the 11 and the 13. So the company is looking to pay out 15%, and they will go and look upline. So you might have people that you could earn 10 or 15, like maybe you're earning 13%, like the example I used that Ron could earn, but then maybe you have an override of 1 to 3% that you're earning on other team members on your team. So that gets exciting too, and it begins to add up. And what's really nice is this is all 100% logged in the back office, and you can review that every month as soon as you have your 2 personally enrolled and you reach the DXP qualifications to be an income earner.
So do we want to draw that out, or we got that? Is that okay, everybody? I'm not seeing people here with my screen on showing. And so think of it in terms of here you are, and here the person. So the company is going to look for a way to pay out this full amount of 15%. And if Ron only earns 13%, then the extra 2% is going to be paid out to somebody that has enrolled Ron, or the person that has enrolled that person, or the person that has enrolled that person, right? And if Ron is earning Ron's earning 13% and Sandy's earning 11%, and Ron has enrolled Sandy, then guess what? Ron gets that extra 2%.
Mhm.
Okay, and again, we'll go over that more in the future.
So the important numbers to look at is the number of your direct customers and what you need to do to qualify. And remember that nothing counts until you have your 2 direct customers with at least 50 DXP between your customers.
And as you get more and more customers and your DXP grows, that can become some significant money in your pocket each month.
Now the gig reward is when you really start to, you're sharing products, but you have team members that are sharing products. You guys are all bringing in new customers. You're signing up new affiliates. It's really kind of a fun time of your business, and you're going to be rewarded for your building an organization. But you're going to be rewarded based on what's called a tier concept, and that is, this is those words that we were using before, your qualified group XP, and that is based on the amount of volume coming into your organization that's considered qualified. You might be 100% qualified, you might not, but we're going to teach you the details of that next week. So don't worry about that yet, because that's all you have to be looking at is a little simple matrix that the company posts on the front page of every one of your gig back offices that's telling you exactly how many customers you have active. It's telling you what your monthly DXP is, and it's telling you what your monthly QGXP is. So if you're the kind of person that says, I just want somebody else to figure it out, the company does it for us in a real easy chart on the front of our back office page every single month. But as you can see, things start to change. You have different monthly qualifications to earn different amounts of money on the gig. So your tiers that you qualify, so for example, if somebody has 2,200, and Ron, just circle that 2,000, okay, and they're getting $300 of their total group qualified volume, and they do 2,200, they're still going to get $300 because it's based on a tier system. If they do and get their team up to 2,500, which is the motivator, then you're going to get paid the higher commission. So again, it's going to reward you at a higher level when you're building your organizations to help you get started. And then as more and more team members are also earning commissions, this drops down, but we keep in mind your organization is growing bigger. So it all works out with the way that they start earning team and all kinds of other things starts happening. So there is a complete detailed chart that's going to be available in the back office that takes you all the way up to making an outrageous amount of money. But right now, let's get started and help everybody earn that, get to their $300 to $1,000 a month. Our goal is that everybody on this call is at least making that much. And then let's start talking about making the higher amounts, the higher 4- and 5-figure amounts that we'd all love you all to be at. So Ron, again, you can see these numbers on your, what's called your matrix, and it helps you as an incentive for me. I look at those numbers to know, what do I have to do to get to the next paycheck? So if I'm sitting at 15,000 and I want to get to the next dollar amount of 2,200 at the bottom of your page, then I need to get my group volume up to 20,000. So I hope that makes it clear. So you don't have to do any formulas. This is real easy. You just follow the chart.
Keep in mind that the gig reward is in addition to the direct reward, which we just talked about. So if you were at this level and you were doing this precisely, say you were at this 20,000 level here, and you had 2 and you had 300, in addition to this 2,200, you would be earning at that level with the direct rewards as well. Okay, so you're getting paid with each of these rewards concurrently as to the degree to which you are qualifying for each of them.
So based on that, Ron, you mentioned that you're now earning direct and you're now earning gig. So you're earning direct and gig. And so on those two streams of income, only those two streams of income is what, when you have someone that you've personally enrolled or somebody on your team that also earns a commission, that's what you're going to be earning the next step of, which is called your team. Okay.
And remember, we told you about developing leaders or helping other people within your team to qualify and earn income. And this is where you start to benefit from that development of leaders.
So this is going to be paying out on, again, reminder, this is going to be paying out on your direct and your gig of your team members. You don't earn a override or a match, a percentage of the match of somebody else's team, because it's only based on the volume, the actual true sales volume that they received from the direct and from their gig reward. And the first step, Ron, is based so that people will have an opportunity to at least earn one level at a very low qualifying requirement. And one level all the way up to 20% of that portion of that commission or reward that person received. That's a really big chunk. So if you have somebody that's making $1,000 on your team, and you have at least a total of which you would, if they're making 1,000, you'd have at least 2,000 or more volume. That means that you would get 20% of that 1,000 that they earned from their gig and from their direct, and that's $200, Ron. That's a huge extra little bonus.
So even if I'm not making a lot, I want to help other people make some income because I will benefit from that.
And this also has compression. So again, once again, if somebody that's building underneath you is just getting started and they're qualifying at the 8% level, but you qualified at the 20% level, then you're going to get the difference between the 8 and the 20. So they'll get 8% of the person that they helped be successful, and you will also get 12% for helping them too. So it's an encourager for you to go deep in your organization and help other people become successful. So it's just not about helping the person that you personally enrolled. It's about really building your community and helping everyone that wants to build a business be successful. And we get rewarded for it, Ron.
Yeah. But that's not all.
That's right.
The team reward also goes to the second generation.
Now, on this generation, this is looking for the volume that you create. As you can see, the numbers, Ron pointed out the monthly QGXP is a lot larger. Those numbers are a little harder to reach. Your volume, your team volume is starting to increase, and now you're starting to qualify for another override. And this is considered a second generation override. So it's not just looking at your first level, it's looking at your first and second level. And that's first and second level compressed qualified. So those are very, very big words to understand is the compression and qualified. Because again, based on what someone qualifies at, the percentage they qualified, if you can stay above them and work hard to work above them, then you're going to get those override percentages of the difference between where you're at and where they're at. So it really motivates you not just to get more customers and to talk to people about building a business, but it motivates us to, Ron, to go out and support everyone that's in our team to be successful. Because the more people we help get overrides, then the more successful and the more volume we're going to create as well. So It really is back to the old saying, is the people helping people business, because this is one of our key products, is building leaders and building teams so that others can be successful. So I hope that, I noticed we only had one question, and it's about a topic we're going to cover next week, which is what's the difference between your group volume and qualified group volume, and how do you figure that percentage? So we're going to cover that next week because that goes into a little bit more detail. But Ron, to me, once you understand it, it's an easy plan to understand. The reward plan is simple once you get a hold of it and understand it. The company has been excellent in posting things in the back office from the minute you become qualified. So one of my tricks that I do is I try to get as many customers as I can to order their products on the 1st of the month, because that means that gives me an opportunity to see a better snapshot of what's going to be happening on my organization. So if I can get someone to have their auto ship near or about the 1st of the month, I certainly, since we're paid on a monthly basis and not on what we do on a weekly basis, it's great to get those orders in the first part of the month. If you have customers and you can encourage them to do that, it helps you to be able to understand your back office. We're going to be working with the customer service department on getting trainings out on the back office so that you guys can understand completely how to read all of the different things in the back office when it comes to your commission report, when it comes to the customers who have ordered, people on SmartShip. There are some tools available for you right now that can help you be more successful. And so we'll be bringing those out to you. We'll be working with the home office team to be able to help you understand how to navigate it. I know a lot of you are already navigating it, and so congratulations on that. A lot of you on the line are income earners, and maybe you didn't understand how the money was coming in, but you were real thankful that it was coming in. So Ron, I think that is probably, I hope we haven't overwhelmed everybody. They still look like they're awake. So that's the good news. And we'll be back next week to kind of go into some details about understanding the different aspects of that, and also a little bit more detail about what makes for your qualified group.
So we've spent the last number of months talking about the products and talking about how amazing the products are. So action step for everyone. This week, go out and find 2 customers who each have 20 XP. And if you've never earned a penny before, that will be your first step towards earning. Mm-hmm. And if you have earned money before, that will be your next step towards the next higher level. So I want to encourage you all, look for two people who are willing to try. They're not committed to take products for the rest of their life. Just invite them to try the products for a few months. Mm-hmm. 2 customers. And how do you enroll a customer? You can, number one, there's 3 ways. Number one, you can call in a 3-way call into the support team. And the support team is awesome to help you. So you'd simply say, hey, I've got my friend on the line and they want to become a customer and buy some products. Can you help us? And they would say, absolutely. And they would help you do that. The other way, second way, is you can send them to your personalized HWH marketplace site and they can purchase products right there. The third way is they can simply go to hwhmarketplace.com, and then they will be asked, when they go to order products, they will be asked to who referred you, and they can give your name or your ID number, and they can be linked to you. So 2 people making a purchase to try some products.
So it's not based on what you buy. You want to be your best customer, but it's not based on what you buy. It's you now based on maintaining those 2 active customers. So that, I think, is the biggest change. And for those of you that have been involved in the other program, I want to point out that those previous people who bought products from you are affiliates. So we want to go out and get new customers. and new customers that maybe it could be some of that maybe used to be your customer 12, 15 years ago, but they aren't buying the product anymore. Let's reintroduce them to our product line. Or it could be a brand new person that you've met or you haven't had an opportunity to introduce them to it. So keep in mind, you want to have two customers. You get credit for those affiliate sales and the people that were buying from your organization before, but you want those customers. It's one of the key parts about building this organization. And we'll go into the two websites that you need to work from to build those. That's another training, and we'll teach you guys how to do those, use those two websites properly. So thanks for joining us tonight. Everybody's got smiles, so it must mean that you kind of got it, and that's good. Thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate that. Go out and make it a great weekend. I hope that it is beautiful in your part of the world, and we will talk to you next week.